Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here's just going to be a couple things that we thought you might be really interested in with Zoom, especially as we approach this first week where we have our class period scheduled in little bitty chunks. First things first, you of course have your regular zoom.us, zoom.com website. You would normally go to my account, you would go to schedule meeting, join meeting, etc., etc., etc. However, that only allows us to schedule in certain blocks. So let's do this. Go to the Zoom website. Go all the way down to the bottom, go to browser extension, get from Chrome, because that's what most of us use, or if you use Firefox, get it from Firefox, but go to Chrome, get the Zoom scheduler, add it to Chrome. Now, once that's added to Chrome, you might want to go up here and sign in with Google. But before I do that, I'm going to go over here to the puzzle piece, and I'm going to make sure that Zoom scheduler is pinned up there in my extension bars. So that way it's always up there for me. The advantage of this is we can custom set our times, we can custom set some of our permissions. So here we go. Let's go ahead and sign in with our school sign in because we now have that Zoom advanced setup and it's going to give us a few more features. Okay, so now that we have that Zoom extension, we've logged in using our school email, let's go ahead and schedule a meeting. Now, if you need to start a meeting, like you have a kid or a parent email in and say, hey, can I get some one-on-one help? You betcha. You would start a meeting with video on or video off, but let's go to schedule a meeting. You'll notice instead of going into Zoom, it goes right to our calendar. And by going to our Google Calendar, we have a little bit more freedom. Now, of course, we can always reset our passcode. Now, good news is, if you use the same passcode over and over and over, it's okay because with two-factor authentication, they have to have the meeting link and the password. So if all our kids have the normal password that you always use, they have the meeting link from Google Classroom, now they're in. If somebody from the outside tries to find that link, that's okay because they're not going to have the password unless they have some connection to our district. So that's a good thing there. Enable join before host. I always mute the participants upon entry. And, you can always set only authenticated users can join, but that's okay. We definitely want the waiting room. We definitely want the passcode. All right. With that, the advantage here is now I can set it at any time that I want. Now, it's going to suggest times to me, but if I want to go from 7:10 to 8:11, that's fine. It doesn't care. I can set those custom time links. Here's another biggie, folks, something that's not available in the standard Zoom. You'll notice it says weekly on Friday, daily, monthly on the third Friday, annually, every weekday, Monday to Friday, or you can even set up a customized version. Okay, but I love this one where it says every weekday, Monday to Friday, because that's going to be our schedule. So I'm going to set it to that. Additionally, you have your big meeting invite if you ever need it. The other thing you can do is you can add guests right here, and you can add whoever you want. So if you have a set of kids that are meeting for a group project and they need to meet with you, you can put those kids in there and it'll email them directly the invite. So let's go ahead and hit save. There you go. Easy as that, folks. So we go to Zoom, all the way to the bottom, get that browser extension. It's going to take you to which one you need. You download that from the scheduler, put it in Chrome, make sure that you pin it over here on the extension bar, and it's going to be right there for you to use. The other thing that we need to talk about is if we have meetings that are going on, so we've just got done with, say, first hour, and now we got to go to second hour. Well, what happens when I close first hour? Well, it's going to convert. How do I get second hour going? Well, that's easy, because while first hour is converting over here in this window, you cannot start second hour. But what you can do is simply go up there and get a new tab, or because you've already posted these links in your Google Classroom, all you have to do is go to your Google Classroom, hit the second hour link, it'll open in a new window, and now you're good to go. You can go ahead and do Zoom while this one is processing. So with that in mind, understand you can go from one Zoom to the next Zoom. You may just have to open a fresh window. Okay, guys? So no big deal. So don't worry, you're going to be able to switch from one to the other. So we got those going as well. One thing about all of this is we're going to introduce some interesting classroom management challenges with recording Zoom. That's okay, because guess what? We always introduce new challenges into our classroom every time we do something new. What we need to do is work with a little grace, communicate both with our admin and other teachers, figure out how are people solving these different issues. While I'm up here teaching for my 20 minutes, how do I know what's going on in my Zoom? Or if I've preloaded my instruction home via videos, that time in class is now available, not for me to sit around, but it's available for me to interact with kids on Zoom or via email or whatever it is. This is active learning time in the morning. These are just new tools to allow us to do active learning time in new ways. So we got a couple things. We got that new Zoom schedule that you can put right up there in the corner, actually right over there, and make sure that you can use that to set your custom times. Set that meeting to reoccurring over and over and over. Get that link into your Google Classroom in some way so that kids know how to find it. Use a consistent password. Make sure that you have the waiting room on. And also make sure you understand how to get from one meeting to the next meeting, boom, boom, while you're converting. Also remember, in those meeting conversions, go ahead and throw those meeting conversions up on YouTube so that kids can get to them by putting them on YouTube and then putting the link over in Google Classroom. So just a couple things to make sure we're ready for the week.